Looks pretty great. Thanks, Paul. Well, imagine a loved one goes missing without a trace. Years pass and you don't know where they are or what happened to them. In Arizona, there are more than 2,000 cases of unidentified remains, most of which need a DNA match to identify them. An event happening today, though, is hoping to give names and faces to those unidentified people. It is called Missing in Arizona, and it is being put on later on. It starts at 10 o'clock and goes until 4 out at ASU's West Campus. So we're joined by one of the organizers, Susie. You're with Pinal County. Susie, we appreciate you joining us. Tell us why it's important to have this event.
A lot of times, the unfortunate part of a long-term missing person, especially in Arizona, is that they may be found deceased, and they may be unidentifiable by normal means, by visual, by looking at their face, or by tattoos. So what we need is DNA to make identifications of the large amount of unidentified remains in Arizona. So this event is so that families can come out and give their DNA samples, and we can associate them with their missing person report, so that if remains are ever found that could be their loved one, it'll be a faster identification by having the DNA already on record, or the DNA would actually be what makes that identification possible.
It's really fascinating. What is it like to work with these families who are still grieving the loss of a loved one, whether that be from 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or many, many more years?
It's really hard. I don't know what they're going through. I could never experience that, nor do I want to, but we want to make sure we give them the resources. There are a dozen or more resource tables here today too. This is the support group when we're going to have a support group later on with a candle lighting ceremony for them. And then they can visit the resource tables and get information about things that they can do to help work on finding their missing person. Police can only do so much, and they do their part, but families can do things too. And so there's a lot of resources here for them if they want to come and take advantage of that as well.
So this is to hopefully populate the national database, right? Why is it important? Because somebody's remains could be found in another state, right? And so you need to kind of work with other agencies across the country to be able to have that DNA obviously on hand.
Yes, most medical examiners get the DNA from unidentified remains put into a national DNA database. And we need to have the missing person's DNA in that database also. It can be their own DNA from something like a toothbrush or a hairbrush, but their family's DNA can help too. So we have the families here today that are going to be providing their samples. It's just a swab inside of their cheek, so nothing invasive. It's no blood samples or anything like that. And then we put those into the national database so that they can match to the unidentified remains samples all across the country, no matter where the person ended up.
I'm not sure if you've had a chance to work with a family in the past where you have been able to identify remains. If you have, what has that process been like?
We always try to make that notification in person that we've found their loved one, and unfortunately they're deceased. Honestly, it's a very sad process to find out that way, but also they're relieved because they have just sat with this ambiguous loss and wondering where the person is, what happened, are they alive, are they deceased? If they are deceased, what happened to them? And they don't have answers, and we can finally give them those answers a lot of times. So while it's sad, but it also is kind of bittersweet because they do have those answers that they've always been looking for.
And what's your message to people who may be coming out and maybe they haven't really been that involved in the process, but they've got a loved one who went missing and has never been found?
Just make sure that you do all that you can to try to find someone. Again, the police will do their part, but there's things you can do as well. Come out and get those resources for that. And just still have some hope, and know that even if you don't get answers from the police about your missing persons report, they are still working on it. There are things that go on behind the scenes that the public doesn't know a lot. And we don't want to spend time giving updates every single day when we don't have any new information, when we could be spending the time doing the searches and researching into what might have happened to someone.
Susie, we appreciate your time this morning. Certainly an important event, especially for those 2,000 plus Arizona families who have somebody that is missing. It starts at 10 o'clock, goes until 4 over at ASU's West Campus. Thanks for the work that you do, and thanks for your time this morning.
Thank you.
We'll be right back, Arizona.